So here's a look at the finished electronics for the guitar. Everything is all soldered up, ready to go. And you can see we've got, neck volume, neck tone, bridge volume, bridge tone, output. Here's your selector, and then all the grounds and everything kind of wired up. So you actually may be looking at this thinking, why'd you do it on a piece of cardboard? The reason being is this is actually how it will be laid out on the guitar. So if we come over here and we look at the guitar, you can actually see those holes line up on it as it should. So all the spacing on the wires is correct, and the way that we did this was actually pretty smart. We took a piece of paper, literally take the piece of paper, lay it down, let's see, where is it, right here, lay it on top of the guitar and kind of trace out, hey, here's the F hole, here's this hole for this switch, this. So now you've got a template of where all the pieces are going to go, where all the components are going to be. And you take that, and I literally just took it, stuck it on a piece of cardboard, punched the holes through this into the cardboard, and bam, now you've actually got an accurate template when you're doing your soldering of how everything is going to go in the guitar. So really cool tip and trick just to make sure you don't have too little wire, you don't have too much wire. And even for this one, when we were doing it, we wanted to make sure that the F hole, which is, you can kind of see it again, it looks funny, but that the F hole with the wires, you wouldn't actually see the wires or any of the components through the F hole. So take a little bit of time. I'm going to put some pictures up here. I didn't really take a video while I was doing the soldering. It really requires two hands, but we had a pretty typical, here's just a little schematic on the wiring. It looks a little bit confusing, but pretty much just follow it through step by step, and it's not that hard to figure out. They actually have a picture of what it looks like, and they kind of followed a similar idea using kind of a template thing. So and put it on the back. Looks pretty similar. So now we just need to take it off this, and we'll get it ready to get it to the guitar.
So we need to be able to do this without scratching up this beautiful finish. And I'm going to put some tape on here to hold it.
Always have a lot of tape. You can never go wrong with too much tape. You can always have too little, never too much. And you can see there's lots of tape around.
What we ought to do is go ahead and tape up the edges there too, to keep the scratching the bejesus out of that. We need to kind of label these. This is neck. Not a lot of space there.
Yeah.
Neck volume. Neck. Tone. Bridge. Tone. Bridge. Volume.
So looking at the schematic, we actually I think I already showed this, we'll be taking this bridge. Black is the lead, it goes to the third tab here, and then this ground connects there. So the outside wire is the ground, inside is our lead. So this lead is going to connect to this third tab here, and then our ground, we will just find a way to solder that to the top.
Okay, the red was the neck, right?
Yes.
This wire is probably not a bad length, really. This one is probably quite a bit longer than we need. If we solder it on and then just cram it all back in there, and you're gonna have a bunch of loose wire flopping around. So we might want to trim that back a little bit.
Okay.
Probably about like that.
So what we're using now, we got the pickups all soldered onto the back, took the wiring, flipped it over, so this is actually kind of how it will lay in the guitar. We're using these cool, literally just plastic tubing, and it goes over the ends of the pots and on the selector switch. So instead of tying strings around it, you can use these and put these up through the hole, and it'll actually pull the component through the hole. It makes it a lot easier to fish your stuff out, especially when you've got such a small hole like we do on a arch top going in through this F hole, which really is a small space. So right now what he's doing, he's going and actually labeling each component so we know where each pot and component needs to go and which hole. Make sure we have everything set up correctly. So the only question we had was here on this input jack, and a tube kind of goes inside. How do we secure it? So I'm going to try and put a thick piece of tape around the outside, and hopefully that'll give us enough pulling power to pull it up in there, which I think it will.
I think that'll work.
Lots of little solutions to semi-complex problems.
Seems like that's going to work.
So this looks like we're wiring up a car or something with all these components, tubes running everywhere.
Yeah, it's called a wiring harness. That's
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Except, on a car, you can kind of do every one at a time. The challenge on this is now we got to kind of fish it all into place in one fell swoop.
Right.
Okay, so let me kind of reposition everything.
Yep. So do we need to pull this up so you can get to these holes?
Yeah.
There's another hole down here. And that's the... So this is the bridge stuff.
Bridge studs, yeah. That is the switch.
Yes.
The switch goes.
Yes.
So, it's like wrestling an octopus.
That one probably first.
I want to kind of put it over here on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
It's like a game of crazy operation.
Hey.
There you go. Give me a little tweezers. I can get it. Yep. There you go.
Okay. One down.
One down.
Go ahead and fish most of that through. Kind of get it out of our way. So probably the next one would be this, which would be the neck tone,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay. I want to kind of go ahead and put that. Go ahead and put it down in there. Kind of get it started, because we kind of can't do one all the ways. We have to kind of do it incrementally. So this one will go. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, how do you get that turn?
Well, that will kind of turn itself. I saw it.
I do too. There it is. There you go.
I need my little, that first top drawer to the left there, a pair of pliers, tiny black pliers. No, it's over here somewhere. Come to daddy.
Such a crazy way of doing this, but probably a lot easier than trying to use string.
Yeah.
String just doesn't have any rigidity.
Right.
So you're that's the next volume.
Yeah.
So you can tell I've actually, it's kind of hard to film with how tight some of the squeeze was, but got these actually pulled through. The 4 on the top, just need to get the 2 on the bottom. So actually kind of get it close to the hole, and I use this. It's got a little hook end on it. Nice. Grab the end of the tube and then kind of fish it up through there. No real exact science on this, just tap it in. There we go. Add some more force. So it's close enough. I should be able to get it with the tweezers. There we go. So I'll pull this through, feed that in, and really just one last component. Hard part is making sure you don't get your tubes and your wires crossed up. So I'm actually, this is probably going to be one of the harder ones, just based on space. Yep. And some tweezers. Oh. That's what you get working in a small area. Come on, baby. There we go. It's all the way through there. Pull this through and pull it in. Messed up by losing this thing. I actually should be able to fish out. So now that all the components are in the right places, just have to actually take the washer and nut and slip it over the end of the tubes, and you can screw it easily onto the components just to kind of lock them in place. So here's a look at the finished product with all the electronics in it. You can see some wires in that right F hole, which we will clean up in future videos. Thanks for watching, guys.